All right, so I'm going to give you a bunch of quizzes on sharps and flats, but I wanted to just make this a little bit more relevant because sharps and flats, it can sound so dull. I mean, to me, it even feels like even teaching it, it feels like it's school again. Like, oh, we got to memorize all this stuff, you know? So I want to really just drill in like how this can really help you in your playing. So like I'm just going to play chords in my left hand and I'm going to be soloing, and every single thing that I'm playing is like it's only I'm only able to play it because I know sharps and flats. And so, you know, if I play this, I know exactly what scale to solo in my right hand because I know which sharps or flats that are that come down first. So if this scale has 3 sharps or 3 flats, then I know that these 3 notes were flatted. And this is the scale that I use to solo over it. And here's a major 7th chord, but I know the amount of flats that it has, so I can just solo over it like very freely. Here's that actually the C minor 7 chord, so we have that 2 flats, right? So you can see I'm entering like a different scale each time I change the chord in my left hand. And again, I only know that because of sharps and flats. This is like I don't know, I'm just trying to think of like some like calculus thing where it's just like a really boring part in like math that like is really crucial, but actually not many people like math anyways. So I don't know, it's like learning, I was actually a chemistry major at school, so it's like learning your polyatomic elements, or, you know, it's just something you really need to know if you want to sound great. So I'm able to solo in these on these chords because I know how many sharps or flats each scale has. So with that being said, you know, let's get down to just, if I were to ask you, you know, how many sharps or flats, or how many flats would we have, and which order would they be in if I said we had 3 flats? So we just use our bead GCF, B-E-A-D, GCF, and going from the left to the right, that's going to be our order of flats. So if we have 3 flats, that's going to mean that we're going to use B flat, E flat, and A flat. So we're just going from the left to the right in B-E-A-D, GCF. Let's say if I had 4 flats, you know, what flats would I flat? I would flat B flat, E flat, A flat, and D flat. And let's say I just had 1 flat. So the major scale I'm in, or the scale that I'm in, has 1 flat. And so the only flat that I'm flatting, and I'm going to say flat so many times that you're going to be tired of me saying flat, would be 1 flat, which is just B flat. Okay, so now let's move over to sharps. So if we were to use this B to GCF, now we would be going from the right side to the left side. So if I had 3 sharps, then the 3 sharps that I would add, and the order I would add them in, would be F sharp to C sharp to G sharp. And say I had 2 sharps in my scale. So I would have F sharp and C sharp. Let's say I had 4 sharps in my scale. I would have F sharp, C sharp, G sharp, and D sharp. So let's go back to flats. So if I was in flats, so I have a scale with 2 flats. So we would first add B flat, then E flat. Let's say I have a scale with 4 flats. I would have B flat, E flat, A flat, and D flat. And again, just if you're getting confused, I'm just using B to GCF. I'm going from the left to the right, and that's our order of flats. And then going the other way around, from the right to the left, or F, C, G, D, A, E, B, that would be the order of sharps. So this is just something, you know, really crucial for you to get, and it's going to allow you to play awesomely in your right and your left hand, because once you learn the scale that you can solo in, you also know how to form chords there too. And you know how many flats it's in, and it just generally, it really helps you when you're playing. So so definitely learn these sharps and flats and the order of them. And just know that, you know, if I say, oh, there's 5 sharps in this scale, then you automatically know, like, oh, well, that's just going right to the left in this B to G C F. So I would have F sharp, C sharp, G sharp, D sharp, and A sharp. And just know how to find those, really quickly. And I'd encourage you to watch this again, because like there's going to be, I just did like a ton of quizzing, so you can just go through this, listen to it again and again and again until you get it. Until you know, oh, these are the exact sharps in the exact order that that I need to know when I'm playing my scales.